Okay, Director Mimo says I'm supposed to say this is the presentation video from Rubicon Real Estate. Talk about presentation. And Mike Ferry, who did a tremendous amount of research in real estate. It's prospecting, preview, present, close, and then I added the referral business. Those are the 5 areas of real estate. There's nothing else. And the most important of the 5, most people would say, is prospecting. It's not. The most important one is the presentation. And this is like 30 years ago, 25 years ago, Mike Ferry said, if you know what to say, you will do the business. People don't know what they're going to say in response to a negative comment or an objection. They don't know what to say, so they don't do it, right? So the presentation is critical. So what I found out, when I was a kid, I used to do these magic tricks. But I realized in doing them and showing people and talking to my extended family, their kids, one wants to be a magician. So I started thinking the key to a magic trick is the presentation. It's not the trick. Once you know the trick, it's nothing. But it's the person who is presenting. So I am going to show you a magic trick. Are you watching? All right, watch. I learned this from Cassius Clay. You know the fighter? Watch. Ooh. Did you like that?
Yeah.
That is the presentation, right? Now, so you don't get all nervous, Mimo saw it, I played it on him. I have a fake thumb, okay? And the little cloth was hidden in the thumb when I could get it off. But can you imagine doing the trick and I can't get the thumb off? But anyway, that's it. So you see the silk thing goes in the thumb. What I'm saying, it's the presentation. But it's the same in real estate. There's no difference here. How well the trick is performed determines your credibility. Right? You say, it's magic. It's not. It's always a trick. Right? Same thing in real estate. You screw up the presentation and you got nothing. And that's what we want to talk about, is the presentation. And where did I put that, Nicole? There it is. What we gave out. When someone meets you, I'm absolutely convinced of this. Their opinion of you, or whether they like you or they want to go further in this communication with you, is based on what they see. We cannot get away from that. That is completely wrong, but that's how we are. We make a decision based on our visual impression. That's the wrong way to go, but everybody does that. So, depending on how we're dressed, is going to depend on how that person is going to receive us. I go through this all the time at that desk. I'm dressed like this. This is the wrong uniform for real estate. Okay? And I'm sitting there and they think, well, you're the owner, you're the broker, you know, like they really, and then once they start talking to me, then I perform the magic trick. You know what I'm saying? I convince them that I'm the person you want to talk to or deal with. Well, that's a bad thing. Okay? Because one day I am going to try to dress a little more for business. Okay? Because this doesn't work. Now Michael is going to sit in open house, and I told him, Michael, you better wear a suit because it's in an area and the owner will expect him to look that way. But that's how people make a decision, and it's how we dress. So here it is, this flyer I'm giving you. Persuasion and appearance. Dress persuasively. Right? If you're going to be a carpenter, you dress like a carpenter. If you're going to be a plumber, you dress like a plumber. All right? You're going to be in real estate, and you're going to deal with hundreds of thousands of dollars, which I do, moving money around and in escrow. We should dress the part. Now, this is great. On Ventura Boulevard, they dress the part. Okay? Now, they may be terrible, and they may not know anything, which is very often the case. But they got the right presentation visually. way around that. What do you think of that, Fred? You agree with that? Yeah. You can go to a probate sale, or you can even go to a thrift store. This is true. I bought a piece of ivory. Did anybody see that elephant tusk I brought in here once that I got? You saw it. Okay. That elephant tusk, that's big. But it's not from an original ivory elephant tusk. What it is, it's from the shavings of ivory carvings, and they compress it with epoxy and they carve into it, right? Now, that tusk is about this big. It's a beautiful piece of work, okay? But it is not from one single piece of a tusk. Okay. I'm in Bullocks with my daughter one day, and they've got the same tusk, but it's that big and that round. $900. It's not worth $25. It's not. But why did they get $900? You know why? Because it's Bullocks. And because they're dressed to sell you that for $900. If you were in the thrift store, it's $9. Why? Because look at the decor in a thrift store. You see, it's all the setting. It's all the presentation, like the magic trick, right? And you are in that position as a real estate person. This is critical. And I'm telling you, when I saw $900, I started laughing. It was the exact same thing, only a miniature of my big version, carved with dragons and whatnot. I brought that in when Chris and John were here. Remember that? They carried it for me. It was something. That in Bullocks or Nordstrom's would be maybe $8,000. Okay? But, you see, their presentation is to sell that for $8,000. It's not worth $8,000. Okay? So when you go into these real estate offices, they are prepared for the presentation. Okay? Because people base the decision on what they see. Okay? They see an office, you know, mahogany desks and whatnot. When I was getting my divorce, it was on Ventura Boulevard. We went to the attorney. Her attorney was on Ventura Boulevard. My attorney was in Van Nuys, all right? So we walk in, me and my attorney, and you know how I'm dressed. We walk in, he's got holes in his sleeve. We walk into the deposition, and I see this room. Magnificent. I mean, it was beautiful. Walnut shelves with books and everything looking great. And the secretary comes in and, would you like some coffee? And everything. And then I said, my attorney nudges me, he says, this is going to cost us. This is why. The setting. The setting was an expensive setting. Okay? Of course, that's not what it cost me. But our attorney was a fortune. Okay? Because of the setting. It's all visual. And that really is not the way to make a decision. Okay? Now, part of this, what are we talking about, Nicole? The presentation.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll continue with that. People make snap judgments about you in less than a second. What is this instant dating? Right? Isn't it instant dating? You go to a room, there are a lot of people, right? And it's like 20 seconds. You meet someone for 20 seconds and then you go to the next person. But in that 20 seconds, you're going to know, because it's all visual to begin with. You're going to know, am I interested in this person to go further with this communication? Or to become boyfriends and girlfriends and that sort of thing. It's visual. And they know it. So they have this club or whatever it is, and you join, you pay a fee, and you go bouncing from table to table to find someone that you think you might like. Visual. It's all visual. In order to strengthen your persuasion attempt, you want people to judge you as positively as possible. You want to give people a good impression. Remember, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. That's a good phrase. I heard that from years ago. You want them to think of you as reliable, knowledgeable, and a trustworthy person. Now, how do you do that? The first thing he says in this flyer, appearance. At the unconscious level, appearance plays a big role in persuasion. It is the major factor when you meet someone. When someone walks in to meet you to list their property or to buy a piece of property, who are they going to go to? I'm sitting there, and Jose is sitting here with his button, his shirt and tie, his name badge. Who do you think they went to?
Jose.
They never looked at me. They went right to Jose. Okay, they looked around, said, oh, you must be the broker, right? It's all visual. I said to people here, I said, you don't have to do it, but at least know you're doing it the wrong way. If you're in the business, there's no way about it. So am I. I'm doing it the wrong way. This is not the way to dress. But the only reason I get away with this is because my business is referral. I'm not looking for someone who doesn't know me. But the moment I go out and door knock, I cannot do it like this. This is not going to work. Okay? Because those people don't know me. So they're going to say, what do they see? They see this guy out of a thrift store. Right? It's not going to work.
Or homeless.
Or what? Homeless! I think I'm homeless for crying out loud. Now, for example, studies show that, oh, taller men do better at interviews than shorter men. This is true. If you need directions, and there are people, 4 or 5 people standing on the corner, and you're going to go to one of them for directions. Am I on the screen all right, or if I move around? And you're going to go there for directions, you are going to pick the tallest person in the crowd. You will do it every time. Now, we had a tall person, Chris. He was very tall. And I always said to him, he didn't like being tall. I said, that's a tremendous advantage. Psychologically, when people talk to you, they have to look up.
You was too tall.
Well, doesn't matter. It's a big advantage being tall. He saw it as a negative thing. Given the same qualifications, and people are more likely to be hired than less attractive people, meaning visually. You know, a person comes in looking bad, not dressed right, you know, and he has a haircut, whatever. And then another person comes in properly attired for business, they're going to pick that person. It's just the facts of life. Dress persuasively, dress professionally. Also, dressing well and professionally makes you feel better and more confident, and gives you greater persuasiveness. Well, it's true, but I don't like it, you know. But it is true. So my position is, all of this is true. I just don't want to do it. But the day I'm looking for new business is the day I got to come in a shirt and tie, or at worst, a Tommy Bahama shirt. A Tommy Banana shirt or whatever, you know? People know, and people see that. I've got some like special shoes that I bought. They were like $300 or $400 for the ankle and all this other stuff. I went to the doctor's office, and the first thing he mentioned was those shoes. It's visual all the time. I don't even wear the damn things. I wear these. I got them for $11 at, where we go, Walmart. They're easy to put on and they're comfortable. The other shoes are too heavy, but that's what people see. So we got to acknowledge this. When you first met your wives or husbands or whatnot, wasn't it a visual thing immediately? You knew right away that you liked this person, and right away, you know, that's going to happen. She's snickering, but she knows I'm right. Okay? So anyway, we can go to a website and find out more about it. You know, what colors have higher impact, and you can do it almost scientifically, and maybe dress that way. If you want to fool around, I think I'm going to do this at some point. With Nicole helping me, we'll go to the website and find out what colors are more persuasive when you're trying to convince someone of something. There's a whole thing. This was big in the chemical industry. And I never agreed with them. They said brown. I thought it was green. I don't know.
Yellow is like.
You think yellow?
Yeah, it's like.
I don't know. It might be yellow.
Hey, that's
We
my
got to see
color.
the studies. What was that you just mumbled?
That's my color.
What, yellow? Yeah, I can see you dressed
How
in
come you
yellow
don't
today.
red?
That's his color, yellow.
I don't have
Look,
any.
he's dressed in brown. He doesn't have a yellow thing on.
I don't have any.
Give me a break.
I'm waiting for somebody to buy me a yellow.
All right.
Yellow, you got that.
Anyway, look, you got this, you got the website. We got, hey, could someone please find out about the colors? I mean, what color has the greatest impact to convince someone to buy from you or to list their property with you? What do you say, red?
Red is fire, blue is loyalty. So
Okay, I want to say, now, okay, say that again. Red is,
Red is, fire.
well, it's really
passion,
high energy,
passion,
right.
red, it's magnetic, and blue is the color of loyalty.
Blue is the color of loyalty. Okay, but I want you to list your house with me. Now, I need your trust,
Then I
all
need to
right?
find out your favorite color. So I can,
Maybe I don't have one.
you gotta.
The whole rainbow.
But she-
All right, so she would need my favorite color, she
Yeah,
says.
she look at your,
All right.
you know, the date you were born, what do you call,
My horoscope, now we're doing.
Yes.
Okay, look, you know what I say? Whatever works. When someone comes in and gives me all ideas, I always say, how many listings do you have? How many deals have you closed? That's the bottom line in this business. Everything else is experimental and trying, which is great. So I'm thinking, we gotta find, Nicole, will you please write it down? We're gonna find out about color and persuasiveness. Okay? So this was the presentation, which is the key to everything. The whole thing is the presentation. Will people like you, and will they trust you? They don't know about you. They don't know if you have a real estate license. They don't know if you have any deals. You don't know if they don't even know if you live in a house. You know what? They know nothing except what they see. Okay? Now here's the thing. The eyes believe themselves, but the ears believe other people. That was the phrase, and think about that. Okay, so we can end this tape now. And this was the presentation, right? Okay, presentation.